Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Today we're going to go through one of our suits in the tarot deck, and the suit we're going to cover today is the swords. So, let's take a quick look at that. The swords represent the element of air, and they're all about truth, intellect, boundaries, and breakthroughs. So, just to recap real quick, the tarot is a journey. It is a journey through life, and it is used to help people to discern how to reach goals, whether they're on the right path. Perhaps it's a relationship or a job or a goal that you have. And the tarot's here to help you make decisions and help you know that you're on the right path. So each suit of the tarot represents a different type of journey and a different type of emotion. It goes towards a different type of attitude and elements and all of that. So we covered the cups last week. So now we're going to get into a little bit more with the swords. So when you think about the swords, you might think, wow, that's crazy. That's swords are like for defending yourself and doing things like that. Well, that is true, but there's a lot more behind the symbolism of the swords than that. So as I said, truth, intellect, boundaries, and breakthroughs. So it's an element of air, and basically it's movement, thought, communication, and clarity. The suit invites us into the realm of your mind. So in the cups, we went through the realm of your emotions. Now we're getting into the realm of your mind, where perception can shape your reality, where truth is both a gift and can be a hard sword, and where discernment becomes a sacred practice. So it helps you further along in your journey to discern what is next for you. So you will often see a lot of challenge in the sword cards, but they're not here to punish you or scare you, okay? They're here to awaken you. They show us where we might be holding on to fear, denial, or even self-sabotage, and they call us to lovingly but firmly begin to see ourselves in a way of clarity, truth, and personal freedom. So let's take a quick look into each of the sword cards. So we begin our journey with the swords with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords represents clarity. So we have one single sword here, and this is a divine breakthrough. This arrives like a lightning bolt. You can kind of see in the card there where the hand is, there's like electric magical things flowing as he grips that sword, right? So truth is being illuminated for you in this card, and a powerful new idea or revelation could be coming. The sword is in your hand. How will you use it? So then we move to the Two of Swords. Here we have a lady who is blindfolded, holding two swords over her heart, and she has decisions to make. Okay. She is at a crossroads. So this can also mean a mental stalemate, a moment where you're just like, I don't know which way to go. I'm stuck right here. And a decision needs to be made, but as you can see, she's shielding her heart from this decision. She's protecting her heart from this decision. So this card asks you to really trust your inner knowing. The tarot teaches us a lot about trusting our intuition. It's really what a big tool that can help us develop our intuition. So this card specifically is telling us trust your inner knowing. In the third, the Three of Swords, this can be, upon first glance, kind of a disconcerting looking card, right? You're thinking immediately what comes to your head is heartbreak. Three swords piercing through the heart. This is about learning lessons, okay? It does represent heartache, sorrow, but also emotional release. And it's a moment of pain or separation. And it represents deep healing after that painful separation. It allows you to really just know that you have to feel things in order to heal things. And let, as you can see here, just the tears. That's not rain necessarily, those are tears. Let your tears go and let them go ahead and heal you, is what this card is telling you. So, whether you're going through the heartbreak of a relationship ending, whether you're trying to decide if a relationship should end, or maybe it's about your job, or maybe it's about a friend that you have grown apart from and you're trying to decide, do I really want to invest in this relationship anymore? Whatever it is, allow the separation to happen. If you feel it in your deep knowing that that's what should happen, and understand that there's deep healing on the other side of that. The Four of Swords also, again, kind of at first glance looks a little like, okay, those swords are hanging over him. Are they going to harm him? And this is about respite. So the word respite means to rest, but this is about sacred resting. Very important resting for your own sacred soul. It's about a mental reset. Step away. Perhaps you're doing a lot. You're working on a project or you're giving in a relationship and you need to step away in order to find clarity and peace. And this card tells you that it's okay to do that. This is a pause and a rest, but not an end. Moving on to the Five of Swords. It looks a little less intimidating, but it's a little bit deep, okay? So there are two men walking away from the other man holding the five swords. So this can represent conflict or miscommunication. And my key word that I have attached to this card is tyranny. So lots of miscommunications, lots of just negativity around you, miscommunication, like I said, a hollow type of victory. Like, okay, perhaps I've won this battle, but is that really what's important to me? Was it worth the cost? Was there a cost? And was it worth that, what you went through? And this invites you to reflect on your motives, your worth, and also your integrity. Because as you go through life and you want to accomplish your goals, you don't want to step on anyone in the meantime. So this invites you to just reflect on what your true motivations can be. Sorry, my nose is itchy today. My allergies are bothering me. They definitely are. Okay, so now we move to the Six of Swords, and this card is all about transition. So you can see that the man in the boat has the swords, and he's being led away in the boat, and he's kind of like hunkering down. He's got the swords and he's being taken away. It's almost like he's escaping something. But this represents transition, a journey away from chaos and into calmer waters, right? So healing is happening. You've gotten to this point in your journey. You've gone through several difficult things. You have rested, you've reflected, you've tried to figure out exactly what your motives are, what it is that you want, and what your end game is. And now the healing that you've been promised is starting to happen. So you're moving towards something better. And what you need to do is trust the process and trust that you're crossing into a place that is going to be better for you. So, our Seven of Swords. Now, this guy looks like he's running away with the swords. Like maybe he's grabbed a whole bunch of them and he's stolen them and he's trying to get away. So, this actually represents trickery. Okay. So, there are secrets, there is a strategy, and perhaps you're even deceiving yourself in this process. Are you truly being honest with others and with yourself? Something may need to be brought into the light for you, okay? So you need to really, this card really asks you to look at whether you're being honest with yourself and others about whatever it is that's happening along this journey, okay? Moving on to 8, and as you can see as we're going through this, it's a journey, right? We're going through this journey of mental clarity. So when we get to the 8, again, we might be a little taken aback by this card, like, wow, this doesn't look good, right? She's bound, she's blindfolded, the swords surround her. What does this mean? It means mental entrapment, it means overwhelm. So, if you've ever been truly overwhelmed by something and you just retreat inside yourself, you feel like you're bound up, right? You feel like you're blindfolded. You can't see ahead. You can't move. You're just absolutely paralyzed with overwhelm. You feel stuck. You feel powerless. But the way out lies within you. By doing simple things, well, they might not be as simple, but releasing any limiting beliefs that you have. By releasing those limited beliefs, and let's just take one for example. I will never be successful in my job. I just keep running through the motions. I'm doing the same things. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not moving forward. You say that continually in your mind, and that's what's going to happen. Your words give power to what happens in your life. Your thoughts give power to what happens in your life. So then you end up feeling like you're completely stuck and bound. What this card is telling you is to release that. Let that go. You are capable of whatever it is that you put your mind to because you trust your heart and you trust your intuition. Open the cage yourself and release the overwhelm. In our Nine of Swords, we're really getting it's looking a little tough on us, right? So this just leads right after this feeling of overwhelm. So this person this is just brings to mind anxiety for me. Okay. Sleepless nights, looping thoughts. How many of us have not been able to sleep at night because our mind is like a ticker tape, just continually going with the things, what I didn't get done today, what I need to do tomorrow. And now it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I have to be up in a couple of hours, and why bother sleeping? It is just an endless loop of negative thoughts, right? And your mind now is in overdrive, and there's not much, you feel like there's not much you can do to pull it into gear, so, shall we say. It's time to start nurturing your central nervous system, really calming your central nervous system, and lean into being compassionate for yourself. I have found over the years that when I have struggled with sleep and I wake up and I can't fall back to sleep, perhaps I'll choose to meditate, or perhaps I'll choose to just go ahead and get up and go into another room or make myself a cup of tea. Because when you sit there and you say, I have to get up in 5 hours, I'm not going to be able to do anything tomorrow. It's going to make it more difficult for you to get past that. So This is a way for you to understand that you are okay, things happen, and have compassion for yourself so that you can get out from under the overwhelm and the anxiety. So now we're at the Ten of Swords, and this is a tough card also. I mean, if you look at this card, the first thing you think of is defeat and death and endings, okay? It is a painful ending. The journey is coming to a close. The storm has passed, however. And even though it feels like things are very final, this is also a new beginning. It's a rebirth. It's a new dawn. You can let things go and rise up again. This card tells you if you feel defeated, you feel at the end of your rope that there is hope, that there is light on the other side. The tunnel is going to come out and you are going to be okay. It just tells you that you've been through a lot and now you're ready to move on to something new. So now as we get into the court cards of the swords, the page always represents learning, a student, okay? So the page of swords looks like he's got the world at his shoulders, right? World at his feet. He's holding the sword ready to go. And this represents a student of truth, curiosity, new ideas, and a fresh perspective. So you've come out of this very long, difficult journey, and now you're here with a fresh perspective. A message may be coming to edify all of this for you. Stay open, stay curious, and willing to learn as you continue. Our knights always represent action. So this Knight of Sword, he is charging into battle, right? He is ready to go. He is taking action. This is bold action. So after you've been through all this stuff and you're done and you're ready to go on to the next phase or the next project or get over that bad relationship, whichever it is, you're ready to just run forward. This is bold, sharp, focused action. Full speed ahead. Nothing's going to stop you, right? You've taken your rest, you've reevaluated yourself mentally and emotionally, and you are ready to just go full bore, full stop. The knight charges forward, but must also remember to remain mindful, not to bulldoze too far in haste, right? Ground the passion, the momentum that you have now with wisdom, with the wisdom of what you learned as you go forward. The queens are the mothers of the deck, and this Queen of Swords represents honesty, okay? This is a wise, discerning queen, and she speaks with truth, clarity, and grace. So she has been through the journey, and now she is here speaking with clarity. She knows what's up, and she has grace about her. Her boundaries have been set, and they are very sacred. She sees through any illusion and empowers other people with her words. So when she shows up in a reading for you, she is letting you know that you're going to be okay. Finally, our kings are our father of our deck, our wise leader. And this King of Swords is a master of intellect, very strategic and intelligent. He is a powerful leader who makes decisions with fairness and authority. He calls you to rise into the mental mastery and truth that you have finally achieved after being on this journey. So you have the keys, the tools, the things that you need to do to be this powerful leader. That is what this king is telling you. So this suit can feel super intense. If you have if you're having a reading and you have a lot of swords coming up, you might actually literally be overwhelmed by what you're seeing. But the reason this suit is intense is because it's doing all of the sacred work of clearing, sharpening, and awakening you. It's just like the element of air, like the wind. It also carries with it a breath of inspiration and renewal and expansion. So you're not here to fear your thoughts, okay? You're here to let go of your fears, step beyond your fears, and befriend your own mind. Everything that's going on in your mind with clarity, trusting your inner knowing and your intuition. Use your voice with integrity, is what the sword is telling you to do. And wield your inner sword with wisdom and intention and clarity. The swords will help you guide yourself to your highest truth, which is your own soul. So the swords are an incredible part of your journey. They really help you to become more mentally clear. I hope that you enjoyed our journey through the sword suite today. And next week, we're going to, next 2 weeks, when we have our Tarot Tuesday, we're going to go through the suit of wands. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy that you were here today. If you have any questions, please do drop them in the comments, and you can always sign up to get a 3-card spread reading from me, or we can also do a whole year's worth of spread, the next 12 months or so. However you want to do it, I'm here to take care of you. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you again in a couple weeks. Thank you so much.